Here I am. Good morning. It's January 6th, 2025. Today I'm reflecting on 1 year in the AI revolution. A year ago, at the beginning of 2024, like a lot of people, I was stunned by the progress of the newest AI models, as rapid advances in the capabilities of these models seemed to be proclaimed month after month. By May 2024, I had started to look at the corporate writing work, which employed those around me, and feared these jobs would go away imminently. By July, it was clear nobody was going to lose their jobs to AI in 2024. The pronouncements about its practical use were being made in an intoxicated flurry, especially on the YouTube videos I watched about it. By the middle of 2024, I'd started to see AI in a different way. Less fascination and fear, and more skepticism and anger. By this time, some in the media were talking about an inevitable correction, that the hype of AI could not possibly be lived up to for a while. There were questions. And so I just sort of, listened to others' takes on it. And it was around this time, a little journaling, that I began ranting about AI to the barista at the little independent coffee shop where I sell my books, while I waited for my large coffee with the double shot. And this was my question in that rant. Who even asked for this? Who asked for AI? I never heard of anybody ask for something to summarize their work emails or think for them, or come up with a think bot to power robots. So who asked for this? People asked for more free time. People asked for a healthcare system that makes sense. People asked for thoughtful educational reform. People asked for affordable housing. People asked for prices they could afford. Instead, what we get is AI, fucking think bots. Who even asked for this? Who wants this? Maybe that's not the right question. The AI companies are framing it like they're bringing some Promethean flame back to us humans, some gift for humanity to raise us to this new level. But rather than enabling us to reach some new level of sentience, these AI models are actually a virus of human creativity. Human creativity is the host for these think bots, mimicking embodied intelligence and replicating and greatly affecting the overall being, the host. That is the fragile flame of human creativity and will. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking right now that I'm being ridiculous. And I sort of agree. I would sort of agree with them. I'm not attached to the virus analogy and this kind of rhetoric. Indeed, maybe this kind of talk is giving AI too much credit. And so, thinking back over the year as 2024 wore on, I started to realize that the creators and boosters of AI don't really have a very good idea of what intelligence actually is. It started to seem to me that they were stringing us along with promises about the future, when in reality, the most important advances have already been made. Look, I see why scientists and researchers and academics would be enthralled by AI and immediately have use cases for it. And I see how an AI model with spatial awareness would be a revolution in robotics. What I don't understand is why the AI companies are pitching it as something that has broad application in everyday life. Or, I do understand it. It is the ultimate surveillance apparatus. So there's a bit about this in my flyer, this surveillance apparatus, and perhaps some rolled their eyes at it, but just this week, both Apple and Android were in court over this very issue. Whistleblowers from 2019 have made it known that Siri recorded conversations unprompted and without the person knowing it. And this information, recorded surreptitiously, was packaged and sold to third parties. Basically, all of our biggest worries about our devices were confirmed this week. So AI will take this mass private surveillance one step further until there's nothing left again but pen and paper, which is not a data point in some AI model of one form or another. So if that's not it, then what is it? The point of AI? What is the purpose of it? I'm genuinely asking, what is the point of it? I mean, I could see AI systems having use for space travel and exploring outer space, but that's not really what the conversation about AI is. Is AI about freedom or control? I would argue that right now it's about control, but that it could be put in the service of each individual human being, and that it could be a tool and an instrument of freedom, opening a new frontier of human travel and exploration. And that goes back to my second question. Right now, what is the point of it? You think, well, you're just not looking ahead, John. You're not seeing the future and what it's going to do. It's just in its first baby step. It's an amoeba, whatever metaphor you want to use for it. But it's not a form of life. It's a virus. And no one is even talking about AI helping reduce inequality. Where did this conversation go that's been here for the last 15 years? I thought that was the big social issue. But see, among the middle class, there is a kind of relative equality that allows for creativity and autonomy for each person. And so that's who AI is being pitched to. It's being pitched as a tool that can make knowledge workers more productive. But it's also going to help everybody be more productive. We will have robots with AI perception that can make hamburgers for us, that can do all kinds of low-wage jobs. So here's how it's going to be. So first, AI will make us more productive. But then maybe we won't need to work at all, they say. But then they say it's going to create new jobs. Will ultimately improve the economy. You got to look ahead. It's like the steam engine. This is like the transistor. You're not seeing it. But is it such a stretch to think that these new jobs that AI is going to create will be indirectly serving the AI servers? And what they say, we're supposed to be doing. That's the only future I see. And I do. I try to imagine this AI future. My first question is, who asked for an AI future? And are the people developing and investing in AI really thinking through the future they're trying to create? Okay, so that's going through the year. These are my questions. This is my rant. Maybe it's a little harsh. I watch some videos, I see the creators, I see a fun use case. Trying to be humanized. I hear Sam Altman's having a kid. I think, oh, well, then everything's going to be okay. He's a real person. But then there was just an odd little video I saw around October 2024. It says this random video on YouTube, this little short. And it's just this guy talking about AI. And so he's talking about AI and what it's going to be able to do in the future. And like 5 years, a few years, 5 years, it's to say, oh, well, here's what it can do. And it's supposed to fill me with wonder at this great future we're heading towards. And I saw this video. It's like a minute. It's a YouTube short. I can't find it again. It's just one of the vertical things you scroll through. I don't even want to find it because it's not about that. Because this video acted as a trigger for me. And this trigger turned my skepticism into disdain.